Welcome back to our 30th anniversary campaign. We are here on mission 2, level 2, whatever you want to call it. Isla Sorna, 1996, I've decided is the year this should take place in. We've got a little preliminary campsite here in what is otherwise a secured zone. Oh, calm down, camera. A secured zone on the northern tip of Isla Sorna. Ostensibly, this is where most of the Lost World takes place before they move inland to get to the communication center. So yeah, in terms of the campaign level, we're just starting with this area surrounded by a high-end, unpowered, but, strength 5 security fence. And this is going to be basically encompassing our buildable area, whereas the area outside of the fence is essentially the wild area, like you would have in a standard, JWE campaign. We can't make a wild area, so we've got to just self-enforce it. So that's how we're handling this. So we can look around the island a little bit. I've used mods in order to strengthen the capability of terrain tools. So we do have like modded cliffs, essentially, where we've been able to make these very vertical cliffs. This would be where the trailers were pushed off the ledge in Lost World down here into the ocean. And we've used it to just kind of, mostly just to make cliffs on a few sides of the island and to get some steeper elevation in general on some parts here. Down here we have the game trail from the movie. We've got Gallimimus, Pachycephalosaurus, Parasaurolophus, and a modded film version of Mamenchisaurus. So in the concept of the campaign as a DLC, this would have been another variant skin that would have been included. So we saw the Pteranodon variant previously and the Parasaurolophus variant, and now we're seeing the third variant and final variant, unless I make some changes, which is the 97 film canon Mamenchisaurus, which looks nothing like an actual Mamenchisaurus. It's based more off of a Diplodocid. It was originally supposed to be Supersaurus in the script or in concept art or something, and then they just decided to call it Mamenchisaurus because reasons. We could remain paused here and just scope out the island. We've got some Pachycephalosaurids here as we head down the game trail. At the end of the game trail, we find the Rex territory. Now, this is 96, so there is no baby Rex. You can imagine these meat feeders are actually just like carcasses on the ground. In the context of what we'd like to do for a campaign like this, it'd be nice to actually have like dead dinosaurs that they can eat from instead of feeders, but we haven't been able to do that. We got some compies running around somewhere down here, hiding the goat feeders in these thick trees are the buck and doe Rex. And we can also go this way out on the peninsula to some long grass and find maybe some raptors, some Sorna raptors, tiger striped ones. The long grass should probably be further inland than this. This is a compromise for the sake of making the map work. And finally, over here, we have this oceanside area with this thick forest. And this is where Sarah Harding encountered the Stegosauruses. We have some Lost World Stegosauruses hiding here in this thick section of trees. And as you can see, the whole map is I believe this is the Alpine map set. No, this is temperate. Yeah, but temperate has the conifers, these sort of trees. So that allows us to get kind of at least close to the redwood vibe of Isla Sorna in the Lost World. And then yeah, our little camp here is just a decoration. I realize you can basically see exactly where I had buildings placed here during setup to make this this map work. It does take setup, and if you play it after it's uploaded online, you will have to take a little bit of time to set things up too. So we do that. There, it's a little more obscure. So, our first mission is already down in the corner of the screen. We want to set up a new worker village on this secured peninsula in order to study the dinosaurs that have been left behind on Isla Sorna and acquire new assets for establishing a second Jurassic Park out in the world. So we need to build an arrival point, control center, staff center, response facility, and paleomedical facility before we move on to the next segment. So we have to put those down and let them complete. So I will do that now. All right, here is our little worker village, all laid out and started. We got our little control center, everything else.
Nothing less than your best. This
I guess, yeah, we can take a
objective should give you
contract,
the
I
chance to
suppose.
prove what you're capable of.
Operational viewing gallery, that is something we'll want to put in. Yeah, there's absolutely still DLC for JWE2 coming. It's literally, you could see that information on Steam that they're developing a new DLC at this moment. Like, you can see the updates as they're processed. Okay, so we got the staff center, we've got a power station to power everything, we got the response facility, arrival point, medical facility, and the control center. We're keeping little decorations up on the hill just because it's fun to have them there. And thankfully, with the enhanced terrain tools, we can have a pretty sharp hill here. And it works just fine. So, that completes the first mission of the game already. The first one is a very quick one. We can pull up mission card number 5, actually. Number 2 for 1996 Site B. So we need to obtain a complete photographic record of all species on the peninsula before we do anything else. So we need to jump into our car, which, yes, we should change to be a Lost World skin. Absolutely. And the helicopter, I think we have one too. Yep, Lost World Capture Team. Great. I should set those. I think I can set that to be default, maybe. I don't know if you have to do it. If you have to do it per ranger station, you'll have to do it yourself. If not, you can set it up. Oh, and I'm playing with research disabled for this run. In terms of what you can do in the campaign, you should keep all the research you've done previously, right? So there's 2 ways you can handle this. If you download the mod and the map and everything, install the mods, load up the map, you will have to first take a moment to do all the research to catch up to where you left off on 93 Nublar, or 94 Nublar. And then you'll be able to continue building up research from there. The other option is to just turn off research and not build anything and not like do anything you haven't already unlocked, right? So that's what I'm doing, is I'm playing without research. I've used the big path because we researched those on Nublar. I've used the big substation because we've used that on Nublar. We researched that. So these are all things we already had unlocked. The big fences we don't have unlocked. So these ones that you start with are fine because they're just starting part of the map, but you cannot build more big fences unless you first do the research, which would require you to hire scientists and be playing with research being on and all that. So it's up to you if you want to do that. Let's jump in our car and go hit up the game trail. The starting cash for this has been set to $3 million. That is subject to change in playtesting, of course, just like anything else. Looks like we got a storm coming in right away, which is a little unfortunate. We got Mamenchisaurus and Parasaurolophus. So for the objective, you have to manually keep track of the dinosaurs you photographed. They need to show up as being listed on the photos you take. So that's 2 done. We need to find Gallimimus and Pachycephalosaurus out here on the game trail, which is a little rougher in a storm. There's a Gallimimus. We're already down $1 million from our starting cash reserve from building everything. There's Pachycephalosaurus over here on the edge. Yep, Pachycephalosaurus looking for food. We can pop over here and get stegos. If we're able to ever turn on this slope. Please. Vehicle controls. It's much worse in the rain, of course. Is that that's a... Oh, no, those are all Gallimimuses there. Stego down there by the water. You know what? I don't think that counts. You can't even see the Stego. We need a better picture. Okay. There we got some Stegos on the ocean front. Our car having a lot of trouble. I'm sure the changes to terrain tools do not help with that. Gallimimuses, please move. So that finishes the game trail herbivores and the Stego. I'd like to see you make a better game trail. Cryo, go for it. It's, making these maps is very time consuming, so I am happy enough for this compromise. I see a Rex ahead. Well, good for you. We got one of the T-Rexes. It looked like it might have been the doe. We need to find the copies. Last I saw, they were over here by the ocean, hanging out. Yeah, we can see the icons. Ah, goat. Yeah, I'm not the greatest map maker in terms of both the quality of my work and in terms of patience. I started with a very rigorous outline for this peninsula using a topographic map of Isla Sorna. And then I started laying out the beaches, and then I said, holy shit, this is going to take forever if I try to replicate the topography of the section. And so I only did it kind of roughly. And the scale is also just kind of wrong, if we're being honest. But, you know what? It's more like Isla Sorna than some of the maps we have in game, I would say. Because the Isla Sorna map, the one we do have, has a lot of like nice things in the environment that reference JP3, but the actual like stuff you can do, like the actual part of the map that you build on, there's like nothing you can do there that directly like references JP3. Like the environment terrain is just like random. It's like whatever they did. Whereas here we actually, you know, tried to at least replicate things seen in the film as interactable areas. All right, we've got some tiger raptors. So that's everything there. Let's head back to base and then do the next mission. We could just probably, you know, switch cars, which given that we have repairs to do is probably fine. It feels more appropriate to drive back, but yeah, we're out of power here anyway, so we need to get this stuff repaired. Can I please repair the actual damaged thing? Thank you. Great. Okay. So, I think we've got at least one gate down, but that's not that much of a threat because that's just copies. Alright, so the next mission. Mission number 3. This is the longest and final mission of Isla Sorna. Contain all species on the peninsula and secure paddocks inside the secured perimeter. Upgrade the worker village facilities to 5 stars. So we're not building a park, right? But you can still use the star rating of a park as a metric to evaluate how good your facilities are for your employees, right? So this park is set up so that the only visitors are InGen employees. And then, yeah, we'll have to put in... Basically, you can think of the star rating as a combination of how well are we observing the dinosaurs we're studying and taking care of them, and how well are the facilities for our employees in the worker village. And it's kind of a combination of those two things. So, let's jump back in this Jeep who's driven out into the ocean. I really do wish we could have, like, deep water proper. If this was a real map, you would want basically the border to be the ocean. Yep, I know there's a gate down. It's not the fence, it's just a gate. We'll go over here and fix it manually. And then we can jump in a helicopter and sedate some of the dinosaurs. I think the first thing we probably want to contain is the Tyrannosaurs, and the last thing to contain will be all the individual copies. Ooh, getting up the slope is pretty rough. So the idea here overall for Isla Sorna for Site B is these are the dinosaurs that are going to provide the starting species for Jurassic Park Japan. So the worse things go here, the less dinosaurs you will have for Jurassic Park Japan. And the way that works is you have Tyrannosaurs and Raptors, and if you take too long photographing and sedating dinosaurs and getting them moved over and secured, they might be killed and eaten, or they might get sick and die. There's a lot of problems that could arise. Like, we just had a storm, so it's entirely possible that we have multiple injuries in the park too right now. And so that's something to be aware of. Currently, the carnivores don't seem too interested in going after the herbivore populations in the game trail sector or the beachfront here with the stegosaurs, but that may change at some point. Yeah. And you... Of course, your 5-star rating does depend upon you know, exhibiting dinosaurs in the park. So that is definitely something you need to do. Oh, this is interesting. I'm struggling to have my helicopter go up in elevation. Well, it works. I guess the center elevation of the island is maybe too far? I don't know. What is the problem here with this? I should update the mission card. The intention is that you sedate manually, not automatically. And ranger station should be limited to 1. Which I can set up, I think, in the code to make that a hard-coded thing. The manual requirement is to simulate, you know, the wild area mechanics from the actual campaigns, of course. There's a Rex somewhere in this mess. Struggling to find it, though. Oh, there's a Rex. The Rex is over there by the ocean. Walking off into the ocean as they kind of do, unfortunately. Yeah, we'll just chase the Rex into the ocean. It's fine. Okay, well, he's moving too far. Don't go up the cliff. Oh no! Okay, it's not a perfect system, listen. But, you know, we're trying to do things the game wasn't exactly made to do. Obviously, if this was a real campaign, this would work better. I can't believe none of those connected. Okay, we should have been building a pen while this happened. And that would have been a good thing to do. Why are all the raptors in the ocean? God damn it. We could do like invisible fences to keep them in place or something. That would have been an option. I want to use low security fences to save on power requirements. I'm gonna go for, I think, the water here is a place to put things. So what we're gonna do, I think, is try and sneak path through in here. Kinda. Over to this. Yeah. Alright. So if we run a path section over here, why is this... Oh, did I use luxury? Oh, I used luxury. I don't even think we researched luxury. That's fine. We can just bite the bullet and replace it with the other paths. And it'll be fine. So yeah, let's do a path section through here for viewing galleries, and then we can sneak it back through here in the other direction. Let's do a bit of that. Actually, let's maybe do just like this. There we go. Oh, no, wait, this is correct. Okay, it's just the highlighting, I guess, when you have the path selected that makes it look weird, right? Classic luxury, classic main. Yeah, no, this is correct. Okay. Great. And then, yeah, our contract is the operational viewing gallery anyway, so that's great. So let's just get a viewing gallery down, say, like, right here by the water. Yeah, let's put it down here a little bit. And yeah, with the map the mod to like elevation, like slopes and stuff, you do end up with some weirdness of like hitboxes and stuff when you're trying to place buildings and things. You just kind of got to work around it. So yeah, let's do. Okay. Run some pathing this way. What I want to do is I want to divide this lake up between 2 enclosures, I think. At least that's my goal here. So I think we'll do like a double section like this. Well, we don't need that section yet. And then we can have like a nice divider between species. So I think this is where we're going to secure the Rexes. I think we'll just start with a nice square pen here and then evaluate as we go. And yeah, I think I was saying it at one point before I got distracted, but if you have too many dinosaurs die that you can't get to 5 stars, you can clone more dinosaurs up to the species limit of 8 from your existing stock of species from Nublar, like the genome samples you already have unlocked. If you really want to get ambitious, you can actually hire logistics specialists and do new expeditions. The research tree for this map adds Mamenchisaurus as an automatic unlock and Pachycephalosaurus as an automatic unlock. And you should unlock Stegosaurus and Compsognathus as well. And when you're starting out with your initial genome data, those species, since they exist, you know, in the world, theoretically, you've already taken genetic samples. You should have basically as close to 50% as you can get by doing expeditions before you start your run. Then you have to do expeditions to finish the genome after that. Okay, and then we'll need a goat feeder. Put it up here. We'll put it here. This pen is probably too narrow. It looks pretty small, actually, now that I look at it. So I want to do something about that. But we can start. That's the big thing. And we'll need a gate. I want a JP, a small gate, which I think we'll put in here by flattening this just a little bit. That's not what how I meant to flatten it, like that. Okay. What do I do in gates? It's kind of awkward having it in the back, actually. But this is really close to the water. I don't want to go too steep on like cliffs where I'm not actually trying to put in cliffs. So for now, we'll just put it back here, I guess. That's fine. Let's grab Ranger Team 4, stick them on this. We do need to let these fences build a little bit. I'm going to go ahead and just extend this out a little bit further while we let these build. What we have now is enough to get started, at least. Ranger Team 4, can't figure out where they're going. Is that our second ranger that we assigned? Maybe he's just momentarily confused because things are building. It's also possible the pathfinding is buggy with this map. I don't intend to use these elevated terrain tools for the other maps. I just want to do it for Sorna. Because Sorna has this kind of, these cliffs and stuff, and I really wanted to try and recreate that. But if it ends up being too problematic,
I hope you understand.
Well,
and if you don't,
then it ends up being too
so be
problematic. This could also be the issue with the double jeeps who aren't able to pathfind past each other. So if we take 3 and move it out of the way, maybe 4 just goes. Maybe not. Oh, I think we could start airlifting the Rexes. We definitely want to do it before, like, a raptor finds them or something. I don't know if a raptor can kill a full Rex, but maybe. So we've got the duck, the buck and the doe, and we can move them over here. We could be in trouble if the fences actually don't finish by the time they're here, but I'm pretty sure they will be. Hey, Scythe, welcome to the stream. We've just started our Isla Sorna adventure. Okay, and then I think we want to get the park maybe profitable off the back of these Rexes. Well, not the park, the worker village profitable off the back of these Rexes before we move on further. We might just put the bathroom here. That would block the gate. Also, we might actually just plain want another thing here for visibility. Sorna is shorter. It's still 3 missions, but the missions are overall, the first 2 especially, are pretty quick. The whole park build is fairly quick. The ratings are very low for the requirements, and that's just because you're supposed to be establishing just a small worker village town.
When you break it down,
Not like a
dinosaurs
big
are really
park.
just assets. Not that different from any other business. Well, except for the biting and the other unpleasantness. Still, they do present plenty of opportunities.
So the hill
This
here
next
is a little too
objective, for
steep to
instance.
fit the bathroom in there. And these decorations here block
We're in
that.
the paleo curation business,
I think we'll just
sure,
go
but
with
people only hear
over-
that paleo part.
Okay,
However,
let's
it's
just
that
put it
second
here. We can
business
redesign the
part
fences
that's
if we
really
need to
at
put
our core.
in
Talk
a
about
gate
the
somewhere
real
else.
survival of the fittest, hmm?
We'll do that. Okay, Rexes are coming in. Let's speed up here. Oh, let's delete the excess fence in the middle since we expanded this pen out. And yeah, unfortunately, the terrain colors, you get all this bright grass that shows through, which I guess is just kind of the difference between the tree brush and the default grass temperature. All right, Ranger team. Actually, hold on. Let's grab 3 because 3's on the outside. 3 should not be blocked. Yeah, 3 can move. Let's grab 4.
You've done the job and done it well. There. What more do you want, huh?
Unable to get to the asset.
Why is it still saying it can't get to the asset? It's literally moving. Oh, it stopped. Is this an issue with trees? I'm really confused by that. Where do you think you're going, Ranger Team 4? Let's put Ranger Team 3 on the same station, I guess, and we'll see. I mean, once they're in the pen, they seem to be good to go. This is still a can't reach destination. Let's remove this one. Unreachable by vehicle. Yeah, why is it unreachable by vehicle? This is a mystery. Well, anyway, let's get the Rexes. Oh, I put in the wrong feeder. Whoops. Goat feeder. Well, a meat feeder is not bad either, so whatever. And we need sand. Oh, 2 goat feeders because 2 Rexes. Yes, yes, yes. And we'll just some sand up here to the path seems fine. We can put some in down by the water, and they're fine. Everything's good. Okay, so we got the doe and the buck. Good to go. So we should be, yep, 1.5 stars already off the back of that. 159 employees in the worker village currently. Yeah, we need more housing for our workers, better shelter and restroom coverage, and some food facilities, of course. I wonder if we do this, if we can fit something in between those, like a bathroom. Because the issue before, yep, perfect. Good spot for bathroom. They want a shelter down here. I should be able to accommodate that. Let's flatten out a bit further. We'll just kind of flatten around a little bit. We need to maybe stay away from some of the cliffs because we don't want to disrupt that too much. These nice Sorna style cliffs, but a little bit of flattening to open up more room here in this facility is good. For amenities, maybe we just stick with small to start with. Yep, the terrain is very extreme thanks to mods. But that makes it feel more like you're actually building on Isla Sorna, which is good. So I think we'll just kind of start here away from the path. 159 guests, so we should be able to do pretty good. Oh, so we never actually unlocked all of these. So we can't use the stuff we don't usually research anyway. So we're just going to just keep track of what we researched manually rather than having to do all the research directly. So this should be you. This should be skeleton display, which we did get. But we could just do fossil display. Okay, profitable. That's good. Let's get the other ones in here. Weird that we're charging our employees for all these amenities, but you know what? We're a corporation here. We're not a charity. Everybody can pay. Ignore those charity boxes. You didn't see those. And you know what? In the novel Lost World, there is actually like a convenience store that they go to. So it's likely that the worker village facilities on Site B actually did charge employees for stuff. Maybe not housing, but we're not charging employees for housing either necessarily. There is tickets, like we do have a ticket price and we do make money from tickets. It's left very low, but it is not zero. It could be zero. There is an argument for that. I opted not to do it that way. We could put in a large hotel. Oh, we could try and put it up here on the hill. I kind of like that thematically. Let's try that. So if we flatten to the same level as this stuff. Oh, the Jeep's in the way. Move it, Jeep. This. Smooth out the steepness of that hill a little bit so it doesn't look so bad. And then, yeah, we'll just grab a nice little large hotel / large housing development. And then not put it down because the hill next to it is too steep. We can put it up there a little bit. I think that's fine. Slightly higher than the other stuff. Yeah, I'm okay with that. We'll want to do something different with this. Maybe we just arc it down like that and arc it down like that. There we got a nice little hillside thing here. I think that's cool. Let's smooth it out a little bit. That. I think that looks nice. We'll have to see how steep the corner is here when it's done building. Which we probably should be, you know, capturing more things, but whatever. Path capacity is really bad. Amenities are not counting yet. So path capacity probably improves when the hotel draws people that way and the amenities draw people this way. These are zeros. Oh, are the Rexes completely out of view? Yeah, that's also a problem. We need a viewing platform. Can we sneak one in over here? I mean, yes, but no. We need a viewing platform there. We gotta try and push this hill back a little further. Fine. It works. We can do it. Maybe. The game still isn't happy about it. Exactly, but it flashes for a moment there. Not sure we can actually place it though. We might be able to. Well, we can do something else here. We unlocked remote viewing galleries. We can probably just use those. So I imagine the terrain placement requirements are kind of dictated by base game, where like if there's this elevation this far away from a building, you can't place anything there, which can be a bit annoying. But it's something you can work around. After this campaign is done, like all 4 stages, it's gonna be weeks. I won't be doing another campaign right away, but it's definitely something I'm interested in visiting again in the future because it's been really cool so far. I'm really happy with how it turned out. And response has been very good, and I don't see anybody else do these kind of park builds, and I think they're really neat. So I'd like to see just more of this kind of content in general, maybe. And mods to support it. Yeah, let's just do this and then plop one of these over by the feeders. Maybe just right here on the hill. And we can, oh, that's not bad at all. Yeah, just smooth it out a little bit and don't even have to go crazy with it. Okay, and then they're back in view. The park goes back to being profitable. And then I think what we'll do here, I'm going to take out this, and this at least. And then we can do that for like the start of the next pen, probably an herbivore pen. However we want to set that up. Then we can do a little bit of blending here on the terrain that looks a little weird in some spots. I might want to just go over this with a brush more. In general, like before I release the map. Oops. It's kind of hard to tell because I put all the trees down. I didn't realize it would look so jarring when like you pulled the trees away and you had the grass left out again underneath. Same over here. Well, so far the raptors have not found anything to eat, which is unexpected, honestly. I thought they'd have chowed down by now. Let's see where they are hanging out. No, they're still way over here by themselves. In the long grass. There's 7 raptors, which is a count I found online for how many raptors there were in the long grass scene, but I didn't like evaluate the accuracy of that, so it could be wrong. Also, the compy territory here has been really interesting because they congregate down by the water and then they run up to the feeders. And so far that's worked for a territory, and it's been very surprising to me that they keep this little neck together. But it might fail at some point, which will be a problem. Actually, yeah, we don't even need... No, we'll leave that safety barrier there. We'll do this. So this is what I'm kind of thinking like for an herbivore pen here. If we're just putting the Memenchis in here, we probably need to expand it a bit. I might use this for the Stegos. We can make it a smaller pen then. Because I don't like how steep the hillside is here, so I don't want to go crazy. So let's just do... Let's try this. And then let's go round up the Stegosaurs. They might be the highest value herbivore other than the Memenchis too. So getting them secured is probably a good idea. And they live the closest to the raptors. We'll need a gate. So I think we can do a little bit of water removal. Down here. Might need to remove more because this gate is the new gate is a little thicker. Oh no, that's plenty. Just the difference in size basically tricked me. I thought it was going to be a little worse than it is. And we can put another gate up here on the hill. Not really aligned with the other one, but the slopes are slightly different on each side, so I think that's fine. We could even cut the water in half, but I think I'm okay with the Jeeps just plowing through it. No, I don't really like sandbox builds without the actual game economy involved. I find them kind of boring. Like, that ties into how I've struggled a little bit with some map design stuff. Is like, I don't really like designing that much. I much prefer like the economy and management aspects of things. So that's always kind of been what the channel's been more focused on. And that's going to continue to be true. It's just the type of person I am. So, viewing gallery here is entirely redundant on account of the hotel, but a tower is probably pretty good. Yes, tower's perfect. I'm gonna have a little bit of a misalignment going on here, but you know what? I'm okay with that little swerve there. That's not bad. I think that's fine. Okay, then let's jump back in our helicopter. Let's see if we can actually go higher in the sky this time. Nope, that's as high as it'll let us go. That is definitely the most unfortunate thing here. It's enough to work. It might mean that you'll want to build a little bit lower down, maybe. It's not that bad. It's strange, but it's not unusable. That guy might be bugged out and stuck there, given that he's not moving much. Yeah, this is a little experimental, maybe, using the map terrain tool mods to build this. So we're learning some stuff. They might be better used to build things that are more backdrops for your park than the terrain you build on. Well, that was not great. I guess I gotta leave these shots more. Don't go in the ocean, Stegosaurs. There's sharks and stuff, maybe. Oh god, look at the Stegosaurus climbing that hill. Yeah, dinosaurs are definitely also not meant to interact with these crazy cliffs we've made. like some sort of like crazy monster climbing up a wall. Now there's only 7 Stegos, so we need all of them here before they all go mad. So let's sedate all 7 of these guys, which might take a little bit of work. I think it's 3 darts per. So let's jump out of the copter for a second and do a count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Nice. And the last one is directly below us. I think we gotta give chase here. He's heading up to the game trail. Alright. Multi-select mode. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7 Stegosaurs. Yeah, so at the end of this stage, essentially what you do is you ship out every dinosaur that's not a velociraptor. Because the velociraptors are still too dangerous to actually use in a proper park. And those will form the starting dinosaurs for JP Japan. How that's going to work precisely remains to be seen. Oh, JWE2 is way better. It's buggier, for sure, but it's just deeper and more interesting.
Commencing asset transit. Asset transportation.
And essentially, at this point, everything that the game didn't have from the first game, it's been added. There's no random dig sites mode, but you can just do that yourself. I made a tool for that, so like, that's fine. That's enough. These guys eat, I know what plant they eat, so we can put it down. It's this stuff, Psychic Groves. They'll probably also need trees, but we can start with some grove and go from there. I mean, there's already tree here. I wonder if the Cycad forest brush counts the same as the normal forest brush, because the Cycads are much more dispersed. Or not Cycads, sorry, the conifers. The conifers are much more dispersed, and you can drive through them with the truck. Whereas you can't through the thick trees, of course, for the normal tree brushes. So, like, for temperate, building these kind of forests might actually be objectively better.
Delivery has been completed.
Yeah, we need status info.
Asset transportation complete.
Is our other ranger station close enough?
Delivery complete.
No, not really. We'll queue you up on that. Actually, I mean, this guy was already in here. We could have just used him. Now they're going to collide in the gate. you dumbass. They literally... Stop it! This is like when you fucking are walking down an aisle at the grocery store and you're walking directly towards somebody and you both turn the same direction. God damn. Okay. Yeah, we need to see how big this pen is and if we need to move it, make it bigger. Let's do, yeah, 3.5 stars already. That's really good. Ratings are rough. Shelter's rough. Restroom is rough. Okay, let's pause and fix up that stuff. So we need a restroom. Sure. Restroom, shelter. We could just try medium amenities. Let's try medium amenity separate from the smalls. We'll leave the smalls in. Let's start over here. It's only 127 guests. It actually might just be... Yeah, I mean, it's not worth it. Let's, we'll keep this in because we could get contracts that require us to have a medium amenity. We'll put in a second small one instead right next to it, though. Yeah, 230 on guests. Actually, I don't... Yeah, no, Gourmet Steaks is early unlock. That one we definitely have. $11, $16, $15, $16. In this case, I think we have enough money that we just want rating. That should technically be the other one, actually. It probably doesn't matter ever, but fossil display is better future proofing. And how are these ones then? They're probably, yeah, they're the same situation. Formal wear, and then an aquarium. Oh, wait, hold on. Does that actually need... Yeah. And this, I guess, would have to be root beer, because we don't actually get a better option. Okay. Yeah, I don't know when sushi unlocks. I don't usually see that once. That might be the last research unlock there for that one. In which case, we technically can't use it. 100% on food. Yeah, so we're good. Are we at not capacity? 169, 180. Okay, yeah, we're just under. Where's this? Okay, goat feeder's empty. First one. Second one's at 13. The Rexes are gone, so the empty feeder doesn't penalize that. Plenty of meat for the compies, so we don't need to deal with that. Do we ever get the status info for the stego? Not quite yet.
Asset being transported. Assets in the air.
Medical scan on a stego. Okay, well, good thing we got him in here. We'll get these other amenities set up first. I think we can assume the same upgrade set on everything. Hats might be the answer here. Yeah. Hats is actually really high tier right now. So we know root beer was what worked there. Do we have something like that here? We want green, orange, and yellow. So that one doesn't exist. So no, it's just the hats for the one building type. And yeah, that should be flavored lattes is fine. Okay. Ranger Team 4 cannot find access. Diagnosed ailment, missing ground fiber. We can put in some manual extra ground fiber. There you guys go. Let's grab the medical team, dispatch them. Hopefully they can just get in there. Of course, there's more stegos coming down, so we're not out of the woods yet on that. Oh, common cold from unmet needs, I guess. So it's kind of annoying how quickly that crops up. Not gonna lie.
Has been delivered.
Oh, it's funny that we can't, we don't get full status info on all of them. That might prove difficult. So this might be better for Forest. I'm going to say it probably is. That seems to be the case. Which is unfortunate. It'd be nice if we could use the other stuff more often. Okay, well, that's pretty close to good. We got more water here than we need. So we can just, covered in trees. Kind of sucks that the view from the worker housing is just the forest where the stegos hang out, but whatever. Should do it differently, but... You can see how much forest it gives you? Did I never notice that? Oh, you're absolutely correct. I'll be damned. Yeah, 2 forest, 3 forest. I mean, in one sense, it's nice that there's the difference. But on the other hand, why would you ever use the 2-pip forest when you could use the 3-pip forest? Yeah, I've never paid attention to the arrows there. I mean, I have on these. I've always known these were different, but it just never occurred to me to care about forest. Yeah, honestly, there's a lot that could be done with more nature brushes. I've seen a mod that does that. Adds like 1 pip of forest to some of these ones that provide trees. I think I'd like to try that mod out at some point because that's pretty nice if it still works with the current version of the game. Seems like an underutilized system. Not gonna lie. Well, we hit 5 stars. So that was much faster than in testing. And in testing, I used large amenities, which were understaffed. But that's fine. Hitting 5 stars here should not be difficult, so I'm okay with that. The real challenge, like this park is really, or this build is really strongly a prelude to the next proper park build in Jurassic Park Japan, as opposed to its own standalone park build. So hitting 5 stars should be pretty trivial, and that seems to be the case. Why don't we end here for today, and then we'll do a second episode to finish up Site B 1996.